Real talk for the bold, bruised, and built to last. Welcome to the Built This Way podcast with Patricia Mullen.
Hey guys, this next episode got pretty juicy, actually. It is real. It's actually one of the realest, probably most vulnerable I have ever gotten on the show so far. So we're going to break it into 2 episodes today, and I really hope you enjoy it. Yeah, so welcome back to Built This Way. It has been a freaking cool ride. I went out of state, and somebody that I didn't even know was listening was like, I listened to your podcast. And I was like, what? I wasn't even into my first drink yet. It was nuts. And it made me feel amazing. So yeah, literally all over the world. It was shared in France over the weekend, over the year, who does that? Like, I'm a couple episodes in. And then to top it off, I have one of the most badass guests that I could have possibly imagined for like just a few episodes in. So let me introduce you to an old friend of mine, Brandon Lynette. This powerhouse coach, also host of a couple actually podcasts. New one's called Faith and Fire and Listen Bitch, which is the other one that's like crazy big all over Spotify, if you're Spotifyer, and YouTube, I believe. Author of Once Upon a Time, Bitches, which I have right here. Wife, which I sort of started with, and mother. Unapologetic truth teller. I mean, total badass. I mean, she's not only a best-selling author, this isn't just the first book. She's got, I think, 3 and workbooks, a coach. I could keep going, but what she does is she helps and empowers other women to reclaim their voice. I was just talking about that, how I have just found my own and their identity and their faith. And we'll talk a lot about that today. This self-proclaimed chaos coordinator, Brandon Lynette, blends authenticity and humor with like no filler honesty that hits like right where it's needed. And that is exactly why you're here today. I am so honored that you're here. Welcome.
Girl, I am, first of all, kudos to you for doing this and getting this started. I listened to your show the other day and I'm like, this is it. Like, I can listen to this every day. So you have a natural talent. You have a way with words. We know you're connected. We know you're brilliant. And it's time the world, like, everybody gets to hear you. But you are gaining some traction. Let's go. Other countries, all the jazz, like getting recognized already. That's incredible. So I am
I'm
super
having a lot of
honored to be
fun.
sitting over here for sure.
You know, these type of things, though, kind of why I'm doing this, to help other people go through their own things. Fact that you put yourself out there and other people tell you, even on the smallest of levels,
Yeah.
that they think you're doing the right thing. I'm done. I'm going to keep doing it, I guess. So y'all are stuck with me until I, run out of time or money.
Yeah, that that
Oh,
makes sense.
yeah. But I mean, we've known each other for like several years now. I feel like at least 12, 13 before I was married.
All I have to say is
Back,
czars, and it's been that long. So I'd say that's like where I really got to know, like I learned your name.
OMG.
Yeah.
So you were like one of the bartenders that were
Yep.
probably there when I made out with my husband before I was my
Yeah.
husband.
I saw
Oh,
everybody's
wow.
business
That
at czars,
happened.
but that's,
Really? You were
I
there?
mean, that's
Oh, God.
like my Michigan origin story. Really, that's the first job I had when I moved here is bartending there. So that's how I got introduced to Southwest Michigan.
God, I have a crazy story about that place.
I mean, it doesn't matter who I meet. Everybody's been there. Everybody knows about it. And if you don't, then you're new to Michigan. That's
Yeah, it's closed now, right?
It's done. Yeah. It's
Yeah, that's sad.
pizza
It's a good
joint.
thing also, but it's also sad. Yeah, this place was underground and it was like one of those weird places. It had glow in the dark paint, so everything was
Yeah.
neon when it glowed. It was neon and they had live music there and all kinds of weird shit.
Live music, you guys. It's a dirty ass dive bar. Like basement,
Yeah.
no escape. If there was a fire, we're all dying. Like it was
Go on. Sure, yeah, I never even
no,
thought about
it
that.
was
And the amount
terrible.
of alcohol
Yes.
consumed, the
Just
fights that I would try to stop at my 4'11" jackass self.
yeah.
I mean, I literally remember getting in front of a fight after it almost ended and was like, whoa, everybody wait, just calm down.
Yep.
Because of the amount of alcohol.
Yeah.
I actually that's probably what solidified my relationship. I probably have you to thank for the drinks. And you remember Pump House back when it was Pump House?
I was here after Pump House era.
Okay, all right. 'Cause I was like, I feel like that was one of them
Or I
too, but it
think
may
it
have
was,
changed. That was
is that,
time.
so I think that was, is it Pump House? What was it called right after that?
The Poor or something? I don't know. It's all a blur. It's the same
I
places,
think that
but
was my first date with my husband, like the Pump House, and then it closed.
mine too. So like it wasn't a date. I was out drinking with a bunch of
Okay.
friends and my niece and my brother actually, and my friends, there was an ex at the time, and they saw him, and they're like, "Oh, well, we're sorry, but she's like talking to the other babe over there," and in his sorry about that. Is that
Yeah.
was the same?
Yeah.
And I think like I think you're screwed. And that night we all poured into Czars,
Nah.
and I apparently like because it was raining, my hair got crazy frizzy. There was like a lint or some lint in my hair. It was like really weird. My eyes were all glowing, and I pinned him. I go to the pool table apparently and kissed him. Don't
Nice.
remember any of it. I avoided that man for months after that. Oh yeah, I was so
Very
embarrassing.
nice.
But now we've been married for like 12 years.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's great. I
So
think you guys
don't
are
ever
great.
say that you can't meet at a bar,
Yeah.
you know? I didn't know that you might have been one of the people that helped make that happen.
Yeah.
I should thank you.
Congrats to you guys. I feel like you owe me now.
Yes.
Name your next
Congrats to
puppy
you. How long
after
have you been
me. No.
married now? How long has it been?
Since what now?
You have to think that hard.
Since you guys
Since
have
you've
been
been
married?
married. Since you've been married.
Gosh, I just couldn't answer this question yesterday.
Well, you really had to think hard about it. I asked you like 30 seconds ago.
It's been 83 years.
Oh my
No,
God.
like
You're aging backwards.
I think this is year 13.
I'm going, oh, no, we're 12. We're 12. Yeah, 12 years.
I did get married before you because I remember your zombie wedding pictures. I was obsessed. But I mean, since I've
But that's how far
knew
back
who
you
you
were.
were, I'm always like, wow, she's just amazing. Like I wanted to grow up and be like you. Like you're so
And
connected,
so
outgoing,
stop.
community oriented, and I'm just like, not me. That's not me.
Okay, first of all, I feel bad and I feel like a fraud because half of what you just said is no longer true.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not outgoing anymore. Not as community orientated. I'm really tired and jaded.
yeah.
But the same thing that you just said about me is exactly what I was going to say about you. I remember meeting you and you were one of like the most bravest, beautiful bartender, badasses. I think you were just starting to do coaching. You always had perfect makeup. You had all these glorious tattoos up and in your arms. I hadn't even gotten my shoulder tattoo yet. And every time I saw you, and then on top of that, you lit up a room. You were always so nice and you would give me like the biggest hugs. So you'd
I
always
know.
come from behind the bar to hug
Yeah.
me. And you were just so genuine and cool. And you still are. I didn't mean like we're all
No,
like, here are
thanks
the
for that.
people
I'm not cool anymore.
now old bitches. But I mean, this is like I've always felt that way about you. I've always had a tremendous amount of respect for you. And then when I moved away and you started writing,
Yeah.
or at least publishing your
Mhm.
books, one of the first things I got, and I feel bad that this is the only one that I own, but it was one of the first ones I started reading, and this was one of the first ones that helped me come out of my shit.
Oh, I love that. I love
And
that.
so I did that. It's so cool that you're one of my first guests for this because something I've always wanted to do too, on top of a podcast, is write. But this was one of those books where I was like, this is one of the most what's the word, where it's not like everybody else's blah, blah. I'm having a weird thing with words today. It's because I've been driving all over hell and
Yeah.
creation. But it's not like everybody
Right.
else's. It's incredibly original. The first couple sentences I saw the F-bomb or something, a couple
Mhm.
like, and I'm like, she's like me.
You get the
And then,
warnings.
yeah, in the beginning, but it's a very real quick read, but I would say it's definitely worth it.
Oh, for sure.
So I was just, and then, your style and everything else came out through it. And I was just really, really proud that I had this friend that published this book, and then you did it again and again. So talk about that. I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah. So honestly, the book is, you guys, I think since I was a kid, right? I'm like, I want to grow up and be a writer. I'm going to be a writer. And it's just a seed that's been planted. And I went through 10 years of rejection, querying agents, writing fiction books, like constant no, 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 no. And a lot of things happened in my life in a short amount of time. I feel like I've lived a lifetime as 100 people. Like, I don't even know what is the beginning for Brandon. Like, for the books, I ended up working in network marketing and MLM. And I feel like that is personal development with a paycheck. Like, if I didn't grow as a person in this industry, I'm going to make zero money. Zero money. So it was, it's sales based. It's how many people you're going to talk to. I'm not going to talk to people. That's scary, right? So I had to really come outside of my shell. And when you're in this process, when you're in this journey, it starts to look like it's easy for everybody. Like, there's so much bullshit and there's so many lies out there about making money online, and I fell for all of it. And I kept thinking, well, some miracle is going to happen. Someone's going to come and save me. My life's falling apart, but I'm developing as a person. I see the big picture. And I feel like, honestly, my whole life, I've just been under that illusion of, like, I'm not always going to have to be strong. Like, someone is going to rescue me. And so I wrote the title before I wrote the book. I knew what I wanted to talk about. I knew I wanted to help people who are literally out there thinking that everyone is lucky or someone's going to have to come save them. My childhood sucked. I was going through a lot, and I would talk to these women who were like, yeah, Brandon, I really do want to make like $300 a month. It would help my family so much. And I'm like, okay, let's do this, this, and this. Excuses would come all day long. And I'm like, I'm so confused. Like, if you say you want something and it really matters to you, nothing should hold you back. A lot of people I hear all the time, like, you're lucky, you're a natural, you're all that. You guys, my mom signed her rights off on me when I was 12. And I talk about this in Once Upon a Time, Bitches. Okay. 12 years old. I emancipated as a ward of the state at 15. Like, I'm paying rent. I'm putting gas in my car. I'm out there solo. So, like, done it all by myself. I never had a guidebook, right? Very hyper independent, scrappy. I had to get scrappy. I had to get creative, survival. So I had to put this in a book. How much of our time is spent waiting for a hero, and we get caught in so much bullshit that there is no excuse. Like, your excuse has to be the reason. I can't because should be I'm going to because, it makes it a non-negotiable. But I go through all this rejection, and I go to conventions all the time. Like, I'm doing the whole thing. I'm fully immersed in this industry, and I'm like, this is great. I got to be a stay-at-home mom. It's been beautiful. And one of the keynote speakers just had a book come out. And I was like, man, I have to stalk him and find out how he got this published, because I was tired of hearing no, and I thought maybe I just have to do this myself. And I love the layout of his book, and I'm like, I have to do this. And once again, I corner him. I'm scared. I'm shaking, like, nervous. I want to throw up. And I'm like, Ray, I really loved your book. Can you introduce me to your publishers? Oh my gosh, for sure. I'll send you a message right now. Sends me a message.
Yay.
I message her. It was a great conversation. She called me. We were on the phone for an hour. And it's her and her husband. They're a publishing company, a little boutique publishing company. Ultimately, it was a rejection, because they're like, well, it's going to be $12,000. We love your book. We need
But you gotta pay us
$12,000. I was like, another no. So I went to bed defeated, and I'm thinking, at what point do we stop fighting for our dreams? I've been wanting to be a writer, but I've heard no forever. Like, it's that question of, like, God, listen, if I'm not supposed to do this, give me a really big sign and just tell me to stop. Like, I'm beating a dead horse here, and I can only go so far. Like, maybe it's not for me. And a week later she called, and she's like, we can't sleep. We're doing it. We're doing the book, and we have a deal for you. So she's like, it's going to be a 2-book deal. I'm like, wait, we went from you need $15,000 or $12,000 from me to never mind. We're going to just get the cost out of this, and we want 2 books out of you. I'm like, done.
That is wild.
5 books later, I co-wrote a book with her, Smart Bitches by Bitcoin.
Oh my God.
Fuck Luck Bitches was my next book after Once Upon a Time Bitches. And then I have a vision book and a weekly goal setting journal. So cute stuff, super amazing stuff, great tools. You guys, I both of my books are on Audible. I do recommend listening, because talk about an experience. Like, recording my books was like a dream come true. I need someone just to pay me to read their books.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, there you go. I mean, there's your plug.
right.
That, and the sultry voice of Brandon Lynette.
You guys let me read your books. It's so
that
much
is
fun.
Awesome. And well, you need at least you just put your shit out there. That was it.
Yeah, for sure.
They could not turn it down. It was like dating.
Yeah.
Like, all right, you rejected me.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's amazing. Congrats.
But yeah, if you're listening, you guys, like, and I feel like I was just stuck for so long in that space of like needing saving, or that things should be easy and it shouldn't be scary, and
Everything is scary until you do it.
everything is scary until you do it. And even now, like I put
Literally
on a
every
peace patch because I'm nervous. Like I'm
sure.
sweating. I have almost 500 episodes of my first podcast, and I still get nervous.
Oh, I did that even speaking, running a chamber, doing stuff in politics. Every time I would get up, it could be 10 people for ribbon cutting or 500 people. My armpits would sweat. They're sweating now, but it's probably like I accidentally probably took double my thyroid
Yeah. Oh,
medications. Patrick's like, "What are you on?" I was like, "Honestly,
Uh,
oh, yeah, it's like not
Right.
drugs. I mean, it is, but not the drugs that, well, disclaimer, not drugs." Um, yeah, I was gonna ask you because you're a mom on top of all of this, and you don't just have like 1 or 2 kids. How many children do you have?
oh, I only have 6.
Only 6. Like, hopefully someone's watching on
Right.
YouTube and they can see you. You have 6
I have
kids.
6
Like,
kids.
goals.
Yeah.
And your coaching business.
And the coaching
So
business.
you've taken that and the books and everything and what you do in your podcasting, and now you help people get unstuck, do the things that they want to do. Talk about that for a second.
Well, I know there was some when I'm reading your outline, like there was a great, beautiful outline for us on the show today. And I believe I saw the word
You can go on your-
balance somewhere. And
Oh my gosh.
I was like,
You don't help a balance? Is that not a
I
thing?
definitely have to talk about that.
Do
Because
it.
I feel like it is such a lie.
Oh, girl, thank you for saying
It is
that.
a
I
bullshit
agree.
lie. And I don't care what you're doing. Like, there is no such thing. I have good days. I have bad days. I have days where I'm very connected with the kids and we get it. And then days like today where they're like, you're just always busy. And what's the point of being at home if you're just in your office? And there
Yeah.
is no balance, and everybody's never going to be happy all of the time.
Oh, thank you for saying that because, I don't have children. So I'm on the opposite. And I feel like people have that expectation that, well, you should always be on or always be career. But I first, before my career, sorry, clients, I want to be a good wife first before that. So, what you don't know is that I get up about 4:30 in the morning and make coffee and my husband's lunch so I can get him out the door. And, it sounds like so old school, but I don't care. And then I hang out with him for a little bit before he goes to work because I don't see him a lot because he works a lot. And then he goes out the door and then I get ready and start working. And it doesn't stop. But before he comes home, I have to do a switch. And there have been times where I don't get the opportunity. I do have to work past.
Yeah.
Actually, last couple of weeks, like 6:37, and I feel terrible. He's come home and started dinner, and that makes me feel like garbage. But my routine is that I am wife mode because I want to ask how his day is going.
Right.
Or if he needs something, I'm there. Or if I'm at least cooking dinner for him at the very least, because and this is the thing. And so there's that traditional side
Mhm.
that wants to do that. And when I don't get to do both, well, I feel like shit.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if there's balance or not. There's not a token for it
No.
that we can achieve, like a video game. You've achieved balance. Ding. I wish there was.
Right.
But it's never happened. I've been trying to do it for 20 something years. I can be a great business owner and a good wife, or a great wife and a great business owner, and okay both.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to do great at both.
I could say that I'll just say I'm probably just okay right now. Okay, because my brain doesn't turn off. Like, it is not like a normal person's brain. There is always something to do. Like, I wrote books and I did the books, and I'm like, okay, now I have to have a podcast, and now I have 3 podcasts. I have the Boiling Point, Faith and Fire, and the Listen Bitch podcast, and now I have a relationship podcast called Both Sides.
Your husbands should not get together.
Both sides of the mic. No, I know. And now
they would stop us from doing.
Yeah,
No, they would.
it's crazy.
It would be a support group. Maybe they should get together.
Yeah, they need one. Just like they need to be able to look at each other and they'll get it. They don't even have to talk about it.
Crazy
Like,
Wife Husbands Anonymous.
there's no chill. And so Sundays are non-negotiable. Sundays I don't have my phone on me. Sundays I'm like with him, but like this last Sunday I was not with him. I'm sitting there like, God, I could be doing anything but this. I've got this to do. I need this to do. I didn't get my batching done earlier. I missed a lot on this channel. And I'm running like 2 faceless channels right now. And then life is happening. So my kids are the priority. Absolutely. Stuff happened with my family this week and it flipped my world upside down. Yep. So now I've let stuff go. And it's like, okay, I had to cut things off the chopping block. Am I going to cut an episode, cut a show? No. So 2 of my faceless accounts, no action for this is the 4th day. So there is no balance. And the truth is you
Have
can't
some
do it all,
grace.
but I can't stop trying.
You have to give yourself a little bit of grace
Yeah.
too. And we don't, because no one's going to give it to you or knock on the door and be like,
Oh,
grace. It just doesn't show up.
right.
I haven't had any experience where no one, and other people will give it to you too. We don't give them as a lot of credit. I give myself a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
You're talking about this. I'm like, dang it, I do the same
Yeah.
thing. And it's not because I don't want to be present or I don't want to just sit and relax or watch TV or
Mhm.
go and watch whatever. It's because I got a lot of stuff to do and I'm so
Yep.
behind. All I can think about is stuff that I'm behind on because I'm the one that's responsible. And if I don't do it, nobody's going to get it
Yeah.
done. And then that's the mode. That's how fast
Yeah.
I start talking about it because that's what it does.
Mhm.
So we're not the only ones.
Right.
We are one of millions of people that feel the same
Right.
way. I think it's just the thing is talking about it
Mhm.
and then us all giving ourselves that grace that it's going to be okay.
Right.
Not everything is going to get done. Not everybody's failure to plan is your emergency, so they
Yeah.
say. And you don't have to complete everything by the deadline that you say you do. Some things you got to have, and there's a deadline, and
Correct.
there's reasons for that. But sometimes I give myself deadlines on things, and the world is still
The
okay the
world's
next
okay.
morning.
There's a lot of things I haven't done, and the same dishes that were in the sink when I went to bed, they're still in there, and now they're buried from breakfast and lunch dishes, like laundry, I put away 2 weeks of laundry. Finally, I did that Monday morning. Like,
I would rather dishes, and I do, than laundry. Like if I do laundry, it will sit in a basket until it is ready to be fluffed in the dryer
yeah,
for me to wear
I
it.
don't even fluff anymore.
Sometimes
And I'm like, I'm in my
I
office
am,
anyway, sweats in a hoodie all day long. Who cares?
but I
Annoys my husband.
also have this OCD weirdness that like I gotta go around my house because I work from
Yeah.
home, and it can't look like crap. It has to be at least put together because there's two things. Number one, I want to just focus.
Yeah.
So isn't that a bitch? I can't do my work until my other work is done.
Correct.
And now I'm still behind my other work because I haven't done the other, which is like really just self-torturing and
Yeah.
self-deprecating. But the other part is I don't want my husband to come home and think I didn't do anything all day, even though I was working on my computer all day and I could be creating all the different things and all that. He's never said
No.
this. He's never
Yeah.
said this, not one time. Oh, what do you do all day?
Yeah.
He has told people that he thought I pet dogs for a living as a joke. And maybe that stuck with me because I'm like, man, my poor dog doesn't get to hang out with me. He's so like, he thinks I'm so lame because I'm so busy
Yeah.
working or Zoom calling. But it's just something in my head I put there
Yeah.
that if I don't have everything at least looking good, then I'm a shitty
Yeah.
everything.
No, Ben and I talk about it because, like, I feel that we have the traditional roles. Like, he provides, I stay home, I take care of the kids, I homeschool.
Oh, wow. I was a homeschool
I
kid.
have only one. My son chose public school. He's in public school. He's a sophomore in public school, but like I stay home and so he goes to work.
Mhm.
His job is a lot. So there are a few things that are non-negotiable. I have his lunches packed. You know what I mean?
Yep.
His laundry does get done immediately. Like
Yeah.
dried, folded very neatly, all the
I'll
things.
fold
So
mine
little
sometimes,
things I
but
take care
you're
of
way
him,
better
but he
than
knows if
that.
he comes home and like last night he came home, I know he's like, babe, I don't even look at it. Cause I'm so sorry I couldn't get to the dishes. He's like, I don't care. Like he knows if the house is a mess, I'm doing stuff in here.
Yeah.
If the house looks good, he's thinking he knows. Like I wasn't in my office. Like there's no way. I think for the goal of our family and because he has pushed me this far, like he has pushed me this far, there is a point where I've found my voice now. This is a new power for me. This is a new era. Like I am not the same person
Yes.
and I have his full support. And that means my
Yes.
house looks like shit. My office put together. Okay? Cuz I can't come
Yeah.
in here to the crazy that was weighing on me, but if my business is going good, like the house is a disaster. It's just
I
like
am
that.
blessed in that I am in a place where, or at least, my spouse is like really
Oh
supportive
yeah.
and proud of what I
Yeah.
do and proud of my podcast and proud of, my business and my
Mhm.
social media. And he talks to it about his friends, which I'm like, never imagined it would be like
Yeah.
that. But then like, this is why I'm doing so
Yeah.
it's a good place to be. And so when you can do both and then you can start to understand, because really it's not them saying it's
Yeah.
us. We're putting this thing in our own
Yeah.
heads and then it happens. And then there's this extra level of stress. All the things happen, your cortisol,
Yep.
all the other shit with your body, everything else that's already happening with your hormones. And you can get me started on all that. And then we put this extra thing on top of it. Like, it's this extra little, like, annoying, like, "Hey, your house isn't clean.
Yeah.
Hey, this isn't done. Hey, you don't have your hair," whatever. And at the end of the day, they don't care. They want us to be
Yeah.
happy. And if what makes you happy is to be successful in your business and to find your
Yep.
voice and to put out your stuff and to help people,
Yeah.
weird. Doesn't suck when you're making money too at
Yeah.
it, which is also the goal. And so when you're doing a good job, that happens as
It
well,
does.
you know?
It
So
does.
it's a beautiful
It
thing.
is.
Yeah.
And it's
But yeah,
messy.
you just made me feel so
Balance
much
is
better.
bullshit. Motivation is bullshit. The world lies to
Yay.
you.
Thank you.
No one's coming to save you. If you want something done, you got to do it. And I mean, there's nothing more annoying to me than like, and you'll see this now that you're in the podcasting world. And when you write a book, everybody's comments to you are going to be like, oh my gosh, I want to start a podcast. How did you do it? Girl, I used to take time out to like explain to them. It's so easy. Like download Zoom, get some headphones, get a mic, pay for audio boom, done. I have never edited a podcast. That's it. It's very simple.
Because you're good and it's real and you just put out exactly
Yeah.
what you feel. And that's why you are able to put out the amount that you are. And I say this to clients all the time. Done is 100% better than perfect all the time.
Always.
And I stole that from I think it was Rachel Peterson or one of those like
Yeah.
other she probably wasn't her, she probably took it from somebody else. But
Right.
I mean, it was one of those like people in
Yeah.
like leadership social media
Yep.
stuff that say, "Hey, all these different quotes." And I was like, "Oh God, that's just such a true thing." And even talking about the last one,
Yeah.
posts, reels, content, different stuff for myself, clients, spend tens of time amount of time on shit and it doesn't do
Right.
anything, but you happen to have something where it's just imperfect
Mhm.
because it is real and people tend to gravitate towards it because it's
Right.
real and authentic and it wasn't polished and nobody wants to be sold to or lied
No.
to. And when we're polishing things in a weird way, like when we filter things and like
Mhm.
it's a lie. It's all a lie. I feel bad for people that are dating right now.
Oh my god.
Thank God I started after the apps. Like my husband and I, Match.com, we broke up for a little bit because, you meet in the bars.
Yeah.
And then like a couple months later, we're like, okay, we're going to go date other people. And my friend's like, girl, you need to get yourself a Match account. I was like, I do.
What?
So he's like, get yourself, and it was like before you had to use your laptop
Yeah.
because, it wasn't a smartphone
Yeah.
thing, ugh, so old. So I go on Match.com. I don't want to get sued by them, but this is, good
Yeah.
testimonial. And I put in all my information and I hit submit and it's like, and it gives me my 3
Mhm.
matches and there's my husband,
Wow.
number 1 match. Oh, hell no. I clicked on that thing. I called him everything but white
That's
when I picked up the
funny.
phone. Because I'm like, "You're lying. This is me. You had me this whole time." But it's different
Yeah.
now. And thank God for that. But I mean,
Mhm.
like that was just an algorithm and something knowing that we were within the vicinity and we had the same likes. Now you date and you go on an app and
Mhm.
you aren't judged before anybody meets you. So if you're bad at marketing, you're not gonna get any
You're
dates.
not. Yep.
You could be a really great catch, you could be
Mhm.
totally good looking, but if you say the wrong shit on your app, people aren't gonna swipe on you. And that sucks, it's not a genuine thing
Right.
anymore. It's a matter of numbers at that point. It sucks for the next generation of people that aren't able to have really good authentic and some people do find each other that way,
Yeah.
and it does work. I'm not gonna say it doesn't work for everybody, but just the how they get there. I mean, one, way more efficient, right?
Right.
You can get through a lot. I got a lot of bad dating stories I probably wouldn't have had if it wasn't for those apps. But then at the same time, man, I know a lot of good people that are single, and that's the only way they know how to do it. Because when we
Right.
talked about the bar in the beginning,
Mhm.
a lot of people don't do that anymore. COVID wiped a lot of that
Right.
out. And a lot of people that are younger forgot or didn't learn how to people in
Yeah.
public. I don't know, if you actually still bartend or go out, but like you probably know more than anybody. If it's different now, I wouldn't know. I just go out with my husband.
Yeah. No, I mean, it is different now. Things are different now. It's not like
I mean,
as
we're older, but
organic.
still.
But that's why I think it's important. I think it's important, that people are going to come to you and they're going to be like, I want to start this podcast. And you're going to say, then do it. Like whatever you're sitting on, you just have to do it because people like that real, raw authenticity. And if you're not a good marketer, then just be the best version of yourself and you'll grow there. Like you will
Mhm.
grow there. I never would have called myself a marketer when I started this. And I was in network marketing. I never would have been like, I'm a
Right.
marketer. It
Well, you are.
Now
I
I've
mean,
grown into that
can't.
for
Yeah. I think you're an amazing marketer.
But I mean, people just need
And it
to
just
start
is
where they are, and it's frustrating because all of these things impede them because things are different now, and you're competing against all the Instagram princesses. You're competing against algorithms. You're competing against, get me started on the bullshit media narratives. Like only specific things are being allowed. And I've spent more life in Facebook jail than I have on actual Facebook. You know what I mean? So like
Well,
you're competing
yeah,
against
I
a
mean,
lot of
in that,
things.
so it's the double-edged sword, right? We want perfection and we want to be polished and we want to look great. And so, in all full disclosure, I have someone that helps produce my show. I went and bought equipment. I
Yeah.
sat on it a long time. I did the opposite of you. I'm a lot farther behind than you. So I'm the one sitting at the two of us with regret. I'm the baby podcast. You're the successful one that's been doing this for a really long time. And it's amazing that I get to interview you, right? So how cool is this? But, I had some help getting this going. And honestly, I'm just going to be real. I feel like I'm pretty good at it too.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I
Oh,
suck.
for sure. I'm
So,
like on a professional podcast right now, and that's never happened for me. So I'm like, wow,
what?
all this
Oh, this is so
time.
cool.
And yeah, I'm like in a studio kind of. It's very
Well,
cool.
we should do it again, but it's real and authentic, and it's probably when it comes out won't be even edited at all because the episodes that haven't really been, just because it's just what we just
Right.
talked about. So one, we want that polished professional look, but we also want realness, and podcasting is the only way right now to get all that stuff
All of
out
it.
before somebody blocks you or pulls your stuff or stops your feed, you being on a For You page or whatever because of something that you said, or gives you some sort of restriction, because that's what happens if you happen to say certain things. In any other platform, you're limited to time, with the exception of long form YouTube videos. You're limited to what you say and who you say it to, whereas up on your, with the exception, 18 and under and sort of things. On a podcast, you can say those real things. And the other part about it is truck drivers, any place you could be, literally, and I'm bringing that up because I have a story about that. Any place in the world, you can literally be listening and have a real authentic conversation. And that person now thinks they know you. And this just happened to me. And so I sold a boat. My husband and I sold a boat a couple years back, like 4 years ago. Since then, honestly, our new boat, we're just getting it back this weekend.
Congrats,
it's been 3 years.
guys.
So don't sell a boat if you don't know your new one's working right, because that's what happened. And it was really sad. So we get this, now we have a really badass fast boat, hopefully. I'll know this weekend in the cold if it works.
Yeah.
But we sold this awesome boat to a nice couple on Facebook Marketplace, and they drove out of state. And so we went to see them over the weekend where we were in town, and we happened to have dinner with them. It actually wasn't dinner because it was a drink fest. We went to like this witches ride downtown. I didn't know it. And it was like all these people, like thousands of ladies dressed up as witches on bicycles in the rain. It's kind
Wow.
of fun. So we're at this parade or whatever, and we just meet them. And the gentleman turns to me and he's like, I listened to your podcast. I'm a couple episodes out. I'm only a couple episodes in. I'm like 6 hours away from home.
Wow.
What the hell? And then he started going into like the quality and all the different things and like how he resonated with the story because it was real and authentic, and because he had met my husband before, he felt like
What in the
it was
small
real.
world is happening?
I'm talking about it now. He's gonna be like, "Oh my God, you're talking about me!" But I mean, this is person that's had like this like vast career, and and so you just never know where these things are going to hit or who they're going to hit, and what are the odds. I'm sure he found it because I shared a reel, and he was just curious. He thought it was about marketing. I've probably talked about marketing 0.1%
Right.
on this entire podcast, and I'm a marketing person, right? But I mean, it's not that interesting if it's not what you're into. So honestly, like, why do people care? Unless we're doing an episode about marketing, and I'll totally talk about Google or whatever shit you want to talk about. But like with this, I just want to talk with other people like you and business owners and things about the things that we don't get to talk about. And because we're going through this stuff anyway, right? And that's kind of the point. And then he just basically validated everything.
That's so great.
Because of what he said, and then he gave me quality props and all this other stuff. I mean, I was like, man, I feel like I've been doing this for years.
Hell yeah.
But it was what he said about it being real and not perfect all the time, and my voice. And I was like, oh my God, because I can't help that shit. That's been my voice my whole time. But I found it again recently. It's been gone, and now I feel like it's back.